Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be looking at the PNSO prehistoric animal models, Donald the Saurophaganax. This is my most anticipated PNSO figure for this year, as it's one of their first lip theropods, and Saurophaganax figures are very uncommon. Collecte's attempt wasn't that good since it was one of their earlier releases, and Rebor's was too stylized and monstrous. So we definitely needed an accurate version at some point, and I'm glad it was PNSO who made it since they always do a great job with scientific accuracy. Now, it is a little odd that PNSO just started making lip theropods despite the study coming out quite some time ago. It's likely that all of the lipless theropods that they put out for this year were in production before that study. PNSO seems to be getting them out of the way and releasing them before moving on to lip dinosaurs. Of course, you get this neat looking poster, which features a render of the model instead of an original artwork. Now let's do some measurements. From head to tail, this dinosaur is about 30 centimeters long. As for height, it's about 10 centimeters tall at the top of its head. So Saurophaganax was estimated to be around 10.5 to 13 meters long, so with those measurements, this model would be in the 135 to the 144 scale range. Starting off with this glorious head sculpt, you can already pick out a lot of fine texturing, especially the scales around the lip area. Then of course you got the two crests, which makes it look very similar to Allosaurus. And opening up the jaw, the jaw is a little bit stiff. Inside of the mouth, all of that lovely sculpted teeth, and as well as the detailing in the interior of the mouth, like the throat and the tongue. Now unfortunately, the lips don't close all the way, but it closes enough, and the most important thing is that the lips are there. Moving down the figure, you can just see all of that lovely scalation, like the skin folds, the musculature, and the small bird-like scales really makes this look like real leathery scales. Of course, this is much different than the more visible, thicker scales of alligators and crocodiles. Then moving down to those swole arms, complete with huge, intimidating looking claws. And looking at the dinosaur from the top. So yeah, Saurophaganax was basically an Allosaurus on a gym grind. And there's more of that detailing up here. You can see the hips. Then moving down to the muscular legs. The calf muscles are very visible. And at the feet look nice as always. See, very bird-like, and the right foot is lifting off the ground. Here is the tail, which curves to the right. For some reason, I don't know if it's just me, but the tail does look a little bit thin compared to the rest of the body. Moving on to the coloration, PNSO definitely could have done a better job with this. It does look a little bland, but I don't hate it. But most of the colors consist of this grayish green and with some striping, and in the middle appears to be orange. At least this still looks natural and looks like a coloration that the animal would have actually had. The pose is amazing and my favorite aspect of this Saurophaganax. It's calm and neutral, and I absolutely love how the right foot is sculpted. It's about to be lifted off the ground, and it still balances very well. Starting off with our comparisons, let's bring in the very few Saurophaganax figures. Here we have the one from Coyote, and you can see that it has a dump truck. And here is the Sega Dinosaur King Saurophaganax. When I was young, Dinosaur King introduced me to a lot of new species, including Saurophaganax. Here we have Rebor's very stylized take on this animal, very monstrous compared to the PNSO one. Let's bring in the PNSO Allosaurus. Allosaurus actually was a contemporary of Saurophaganax. Putting these two side by side, it's clear that Saurophaganax was the more robust animal. Next, we have the PNSO Torvosaurus and the Papo-Ceratosaurus. Now let's do some Morrison Formation herbivores. So here we have the Rebor Stegosaurus, the very long Rebor Diplodocus, and my favorite How Long Good figure, the Apatosaurus. This Saurophaganax actually scales very well with all of these herbivores. Here is a Morrison Formation group shot. So we've got Ceratosaurus, Saurophaganax, Torvosaurus, Allosaurus, Stegosaurus, Camarasaurus, Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, and Brachiosaurus. Now, if only we had a Camptosaurus to make this feel more complete. Let's bring in some of the other theropods that PNSO released this year. So we've got the 3 Carnosaurs, the Meraxus, Giganotosaurus, and Mapusaurus. Here we have 2 Tyrannosaurs, the Gorgosaurus and Lythronax, and the 1 Megalosaur, which is Megalosaurus itself. Here's the beast of the Mesozoic 135 scale T-Rex. Of course, the final comparison is going to be with the Collectae Xiphactinus and the Collectae Mini-Xiphactinus. Well, there you have it, everyone. That was my review on the PNSO Saurophaganax. This is yet another win from PNSO. Per usual with their releases, this Saurophaganax has lovely detailing and looks very lifelike. The unique looking pose is one of my absolute favorite parts about this figure. It's also nice to finally have an accurate model of this dinosaur for my collection. My final rating is going to be a 9.5 out of 10. I just wish that PNSO went with a more appealing color scheme. If you want one for yourself, you can get it off of PNSO's AliExpress store. I'll leave a link down below in the description. So if you guys enjoyed this review, leave a comment down below, hit that like and subscribe button, it really supports my channel. And I will see you all in the next video.